here we are from the William B. Vernon Pavilion for what should be a big-time basketball game. Big East action. Butler, Villanova spot in the Big East championship game potentially on the line, and a big-time game calls for a big-time broadcast crew. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome. With us here on CBS, Samuel Goldberg and Marsh joining you here for what should be a fantastic ball game between these two teams, and alluded it a little bit ago. Big East championship implications on the line, Marsh, in this one.
Yeah, this is huge. With Georgetown's win earlier today, Villanova has a chance to lock up the number 1 seed with a win and also knock out Butler from a chance to play in the conference championship game. So a huge afternoon on the table. This is a playoff environment. This should feel like a playoff environment. There should be playoff desperation from Butler tonight.
Absolutely, and you know, with a big-time game like this that's crowded, is jam-packed in here. Villanova opening up standing room tickets up at the very top of the pavilion, and this is probably the highest capacity crowd here in this pavilion today. Villanova off to a slow start. A turnover by Justin Bell. Butler in transition, and the slam for Humberto Dyson. Flanking him in the starting lineup as well as Sean Chapman-Daly, Jake Wangeli Jr., Christian Keys, Travion Timms on the opposite side of things for Villanova. You know, all eyes are going to be on Justin Bell, the talented freshman. He's got Noah Jackson, Jamarius Lippman, Aron Lovejoy, and Muggin Williams. And Villanova's starting 5, 4-3 start here for Butler. Marsh, what are your keys to the game here for both these teams?
With Butler, it's going to be their defense. So we've seen them forcing turnovers early on, a good take there. But it's going to be their defense. Can their defense contain the number 1 team in the country? Can they rise to the level? This is a group that's played up and down to 93 in conference play. They're still a really, really great basketball team. But their game is going to be predicated on how efficient can their defense be and how much can it flip the court. And if it's Villanova and head coach Kyle Neptune, play a pace. You've got to play a game that forces Butler to come to your level. Butler's season is on them. Make them feel that type of importance of this game tonight. And you've got the friendly confines of being at home if you're going there.
Thad Matta, it's his 3rd season here with Butler, and he has really turned Butler's program around, as that one is good from Villanova. What he's done with Butler's program and the position that they've set him up, that he's set him up in here with a chance to go to the Big East Conference game. I mean, that's something that you gotta love, especially if you're the athletic director of Butler.
Yeah, this has been a big turnaround for this program, and they've done it in pretty much the same way that they did it back when it was, the Gordon Hayward era. They didn't do it with Hayward was certainly a talented wing, but back-to-back national championships off the back of just a complete roster. They've returned to that. This isn't a team that has a future lottery pick. It's been a really great season of coaching from Thad Matta to get them to be the position they are.
Here's a turnover. Bit of a slumpy play here between both these teams. 4 combined turnovers here. We're not even 3 minutes into this one. On the drive, the layup good.
It's a good take and a good high pick and roll. Get downfield or down court, into the paint. You need to do that if you're Villanova. Find ways to get into the paint. Find ways to make this Butler defense have to work a little extra overtime. They have done a great job, Butler, so far. 2 steals. That block could have been a foul. Looks like he might have hit him on the arm. Their defense has done a great job. Villanova's got to find a way to disrupt that and ensure they don't get caught.
Speaking of turnovers, Travion Timms just committed one for Butler. So Nova a chance to take their first lead of the game. Bell, quick trigger, no good. Rebounded by Butler.
I think it's going to be, how does Villanova get their start going? How does Kyle Neptune get his best player the basketball in good situations? That was a great look that last time down in Justin Bell. That was a guy that probably any other season was a top 5 pick, but he's not eligible to come out just yet. Find a way to get him rolling. get him momentum, get him in a position to be comfortable and confident in this game.
Oh, that's a big shot right there for Butler on the far end of the court. It's a 2-possession lead for Butler. And when you look at the coaching matchup as well, Kyle Neptune, 4th year coaching in 4th year as a head coach, so not a lot of experience, but he's really done well with this Villanova club. But Thad Mata, and just his years of experience in coaching, knowing how to get more extra effort out of his players. This will be a very interesting coaching battle when it comes down to it. Should be a good ball game on our hands, Marsh.
Yeah, with Thad Mata after 13 years at Ohio State, 2 Final Fours, 2 quad appearances. He's gotten the track record. He's got the history of being able to do it, and he's done it with great players. This will be a test to do it with some not as brand name lottery pick type of guys.
There's a short side 3, no good. Bell hustling, can't get that one to fall either. Justin Bell, ice cold here to start this one. 0 for 5. Another end. Butler will go to the foul free throw line. Williams will pick up the foul. And we'll see our first free throws in today's contest.
You have to like from Justin Bell on that last possession, that aggressiveness to get to the free throw line, that aggressiveness, or rather to get to the offensive boards. Try to play up tempo, right? Try to keep possessions alive. That's what Justin Bell does do.
Bell, the talented freshman, Kyle Neptune got a chance to speak with him pre-game. Neptune just raved about how Bell has come into this program and he's just flourished. Neptune said he likes to just give Bell the reins at some points because Bell can be a streaky player, but when he is on, he is one of the best basketball players to watch. And Neptune also says he's a bit hesitant to give Bell the reins a little bit on offense, as at some points he can be really inconsistent. So it's finding that balance of consistency in his game that'll give him the reins a little bit more on offense.
But look, man, if you're going to be a 49% shooter from the floor, 39% shooter from deep, I'll take that as inconsistent. I mean, he's got to improve as a free throw shooter at the next level, but if that's going to be quote-unquote inconsistent, that's pretty damn good.
Noah Jackson went around the world and floated it up for 2. It's a good basket for Jackson, the junior. Butler really have weathered the storm here of Villanova, the high atmosphere of this ranked 1 team. They're really keeping this Villanova offense contained and this arena contained as well.
Yeah, this is, if you want to talk about an environment in which is going to be replicating postseason basketball in the regular season, this is it. On the road, got to keep your season aligned and you're facing the #1 team in the country. This is a huge, huge opportunity, and I think we're going to see a lot of how far can Butler go in hoops there. I think it's a team that can win a couple games. How far can they go? I think we're going to get an idea of that tonight.
Bell made his first basket. We'll see if that can get him going. 1 for 6 so far in this one. Mid-range jumper a bit strong. Villanova a chance to top. Here with a steal! But Timms can't make the easy 2-footer. Villanova now with a chance to tie or take the lead with a 3. Early on in this one, 13 and a half minutes to play here in the first half here on CBS. And what is a must-win game for Butler and a must-win game for Villanova?
In Villanova, you get this win and you can just kind of, I don't want to say coast, but pretty much coast the rest of the way. You're not going to have to be too concerned with the next round. You're going to clinch the #1 seed in the Big East and therefore regular season crown. It's not as if Villanova won't be playing in Hoops area, but this is a huge chance to just kind of put some things to rest early on.
It's a great hustle play there by Butler's Christian Keys to put that one back. 15-13 here as Chapman Bailey will put his nose in some business. And we'll get called for the reach-in foul. First foul of today's game. Our team is to play here on CBS. Marsh, when you look at Villanova, how they started the season and gained momentum throughout the year, what has been that riding key factor that has allowed them to be as successful as they have been this season?
For Villanova or for Butler? Sorry.
For Villanova.
Well, just consistency. I mean, and we talk a lot about Justin Bell, but the play that they've seen from Aaron Lovejoy, I mean, 14, 7, he's been a difference maker for this team on both the offensive and defensive end. He's a big part of this, and if the attention's going to go to, look, what has Kyle Neptune done? How good is Justin Bell? But Aaron Lovejoy is an outstanding second piece for this group. And then Noah Jackson. Noah Jackson has a consistent downhill threat. He's not a guy that necessarily you look at and say, okay, look out for him as a scorer. He's still got to figure out a little bit of his, how to be consistent and be, comfortable in his role. But at the same time, as he gets the foul there, I kind of like that aggressiveness, this kind of, I don't really know that Justin Bell's supposed to be better than me. I think I could be the best guy on the floor at any given moment. That's going to be a positive for his long-term development.
That's the one thing, too, Kyle Neptune absolutely regurgitated. He loves how every single player on this team competes.
Yeah, I mean, as you should. I mean, Noah Jackson competes. Aaron Lovejoy competes. He's got a roster that he can look at up and down and say, pretty much everyone on this group is going to go out and play big minutes. Mugen Williams, I think, is hyper-aggressive on the glass. He's a guy that profiles really well as a paint defender and somebody who can be very, very efficient rebounding the basketball. So I think there's a reason that Villanova is number 1 in the country. It's not just because Justin Bell can score 16 points a game, and if more, he can do it. It's because they have a number of threats on the offensive end and the defensive end that allows them to be very disruptive.
That was a great drive right there by Butler, silencing the house a little bit. And Marsh, with the scoreline the way it is right now, it's back and forth exactly what we thought it was going to be, but a little bit low scoring here. Would you account that to the defense or sloppy play?
This is defense. I mean, we're seeing turnovers, we're seeing blocks. I think there's a little bit of that sense of, in that case, a wide open three that just isn't falling right now, but Butler's an elite defensive team. An elite defensive team, and frankly, I mean, look, we're on pace for about 20 points or 40 points this quarter, or this half rather, sorry. That's 80 points a game. I mean, we're on pace for what should be a pretty high-scoring game, all things considered, for what Butler typically does.
Now let's take a look here at the betting odds here for this contest. Villanova favored by 4.5 points. Butler come into this one plus 180. Nova favored at minus 200. Butler, though, playing with a little bit of a chip on their shoulder, trying to find their way into the championship game. But what a move right there by Villanova on the slam. We have our first time out of the contest with 10:35 to play here on CBS.
What's that?
That's a swear jar. Every time someone swears, you put a quarter in it.
Who gets the money?
I don't know. We'll use it to buy something for the office, like a case of Bud Light or something.
Fucking awesome. You, Bob.
You, Jim.
Eric, I have a bag on line 3 for you.
Can I borrow your pen? Can I borrow your pen?
Will the owner of a white station wagon please go yourself?
We're going to go down there and we're going to some ass. We're going to some. We're going to do whatever we have to because we're going to some.
Hoop.
Doesn't count.
Shut the up!
I am so proud of you mother suckers. Here, here.
Refreshingly smooth Bud Light. Always worth it.
Welcome back here to the William B. Finneran Pavilion here on the campus of Villanova. 19-17 is the score here. Butler out in front by 2 with 10:35 to play here in our first half. Marsh, Butler playing with high energy, getting turnovers, causing havoc on the basketball court.
Yeah, they really are. I mean, this is who Butler is. This is who this group is. They play at a high level. They try to be hyper aggressive. They don't really allow you to get comfortable at any point in time. They want you to feel disrupted, and that's what they've done so far in this game. They have made this game very, very disruptive.
As we resume play here, Butler a chance. Go back up 2 possessions. They have just really come out here and silence the crowd, silence the student section. They are playing all with cylinders. Wow, all cylinders going. First up is good, but Micah J. 21-17 is the score.
Yeah, I mean, we talked about this earlier, that Butler was going to have to be feeling as if, would they be a little tight? Would they be a little concerned? They have not done that. They have looked very comfortable in the situation. They have not been feeling as if this is a game that, of course it matters, but they have looked very much in control of the situation that they're dealing with.
They have a eerily calm sense to them. What did you say, Marsh?
Yeah, an eerily calm sense because they're sitting there just feeling like, I don't know, they're playing with house money almost. I think this is a great job by the coaching staff to get them ready to feel as if they are in this game without any doubts.
Another turnover there for Butler, promptly speaking. But Butler has played really good defense on Villanova, especially in Villanova's offensive sets. I mean, they are forcing Villanova into shots late in the shot clock.
Yeah, I mean, and that's the sign of a good defense, and that's what we're seeing from this Villanova group, is that they are playing with the confidence to say, we don't want you to get into a position that you want. And Villanova has not been able to do that because of this hounding, relentless attack for ball. That is what we talked about it 6 minutes ago. 8 minutes ago, I guess, in the game plan. How is Butler going to win? Because their defense is going to be impactful. Their defense has been impactful.
That was a great stop right there on the 2-on-1 by Butler, and now they'll go in transition. They'll slow things down and set up the offense. Thornton. They go inside to Kiefer. He turns, kisses it off the glass with a chef's kiss, and buries it for 2. Off the glass, 23-17 with 8:09 to play. Villanova is going to call their first timeout, and Marsh, we will keep it here. Is coming up next at the nightcap on CBS, Minnesota and Illinois. Marsh, that should be a must-watch game on CBS.
Yeah, Illinois is trying to right the ship. Illinois had the big win yesterday. They need to try to figure out a way to, close the game, or close the season rather, competitively. Right now, it's not that they haven't been, it's just that they haven't been, I would say, quite as good. And then, of course, the big, huge game, San Diego State UNLV, game of the week, coming up next week, or on Thursday. That's huge, massive implications for the Mountain West. So this is just a great time for basketball fans, because you're getting all these games that really, truly matter.
Absolutely, and as I said earlier, big-time games call for big-time broadcasts, and I'll be on that call, that big-time Thursday night game between San Diego State and Indiana. That should be a thriller. Resume play, Villanova seem a little bit stagnant. Last basket coming 3 minutes ago. They're in a 3-minute scoring drought, and they've got to find something here. But it just seems like the offense is not really motioning around. There was a lob attempt, but that was clearly well covered by Butler. A turnaround J, that's no good. Villanova
They're big minutes.
Villanova's just forcing shots up, but meanwhile on the other end, Butler's running wild with Saya Alton-Curtis.
These are big minutes for Villanova. How are you going to survive right now without your best player on the floor, without Justin Bell on the floor? Can you survive these minutes? And right now, offensively, they just look out of whack without him out there.
Yeah, Butler just having their way right now. Curtis bounces it inside. Approaching 7 minutes to play. Here in this first half, Jolly Jr. with it, holding on, makes a move, goes baseline, turnaround layup is good. It's a double-digit lead for Butler, and this crowd is shell-shocked here with 6:54 to play, and the Wildcats are going to have to talk things over. Butler ahead up 10.
See the game, be the game.
Do you have the mind of a coach? Are you willing to fight for your players? Can you handle it when things get heated? Can you manage your star player's ego? Can you handle the stress? Can you become a legend? The only place in the world where you can coach live in a virtual world. SimWorld Sports.
Welcome back here on CBS. Butler up double digits with 6:54 to play. And Villanova just all bent out of sorts right now. You got star players that are cold. You got just sloppy offensive play. This zone that Butler's in right now is absolutely just giving Villanova fits.
This is not just the zone, this whole defensive, they've been in zone for what, maybe the last 5 minutes? Justin Bell looks to finally get a little bit of space, but still can't make a bucket. They haven't been doing zone all night, and it still has been giving them fits. They run, I mean, so did they start the game in the zone, Sam? Because it just feels like there's just defenders flying all over the place for this Butler squad.
What's interesting about Thad Matta is that he is changing up their defense pretty much every single possession. At some point you'll see a zone, at some point you're seeing man defense like you are right here, and another steal. I mean, this Butler team is just giving Villanova all sorts of fits. I'm sure we'll start seeing overreaction soon at halftime as that one is buried by Sean Chapman-Daly and Kyle Neptune. He looks like he's about to be on Neptune with how upset he is on the sideline. I mean, this has just been a bulldog show so far here, Marsh.
Well, this is two teams that have entered with very different priority levels, right? Butler is walking in here. Their season's on the line. Their Big East season is on the line. They're going to play hoops area, but this is a chance for them to get into or keep hope alive for a Big East championship game. For Villanova, there's nothing. And so I think we're seeing two teams playing with two very different levels of desperation. Villanova is not desperate right now, and you can't fake desperation. And the way that Butler has played is proof of a team that before this game realized what's at stake with this, and that's the benefit of Georgetown already having played. You know exactly what you need to do with your Butler, and that's where the basketball.
But, you know, as a team, you're the number one team in the nation. You should act like you're playing a basketball game. In Villanova right now, they do not look like the number one team in SimWorld U.
They don't, and that's a big reason why, because they haven't been hitting shots and Justin Bell hasn't gotten rolling. So there's still a chance for this group. They're only down 9. This is an offense that's proven they can rise to high levels. They've got to shut off the valve of second chance opportunities, but give credit to Butler. They're making tough shots.
Just incredible work here from the Butler Bulldogs as Villanova tries to go inside, and that is good. Lovejoy on the Kareem Abdul-Jabbar skyhook. Buries that 131-22, approaching 5 minutes to play here in our first half. Also, we saw a little bit earlier, we are doing a live EM giveaway as well. The amount of viewers we had a 0 on to the end of it. That's the amount of VMs that you will get, so make sure you're still in here and reacting in the chat. Enjoying this Big East big time matchup, Butler-Villanova. Butler 11-point lead here on CBS with 4:50 to play.
The Butlers look really good. Their defense is a little bit aggressive there from Sean Chapman-Daly. Try to tone that down just a touch if you can. You don't want to put Villanova on the free throw line earlier than you need to, but the Wildcats need to figure out some way to crack this zone. They have not been able to do it. A lot of that is because they haven't hit threes, and now Justin Bell has hit 2 in a row.
Justin Bell is turning up the dial a little bit. He's hit his last 2 shots. And the William B. Ring Pavilion is starting to come alive, but as quickly as it came alive, Butler buries another basket, and it's back to a double-digit lead.
Well, it doesn't work there because this team tries to, or the miscommunication there on the defensive end, so you kind of wish you had a way to, that's what they need to stop doing. And a great dish out there from Justin Bell, and a great find. And that, look, if Villanova could start hitting threes, this team can get back in. This thing is a long way from being over.
Jamarius Lippman buried the 3 there. It's 3 straight threes for Villanova, and Butler will call a timeout with 4:01 to play here in the first half on CBS.
What's good, everybody? This is your boy Dre Pope. I've always wanted to be a pro coach, and SimWorld Hoops is the only place where I've been able to live out my hoop dreams. SimWorld Sports, where you can see the game, be the game.
I've had 3 people try to eat me today. 3! Ooh, lucky penny. Anyway, sometimes I wish I were human.
Whoa! Look at me!
I'm human. Do you want to eat me?
No.
Do you want to eat me?
No thanks.
No? Would you like to eat me? Nobody wants to eat me. I'm the luckiest.
You dropped your lucky penny.
Man, I look good.
You're still short and bald.
Welcome back here on CBS. A little bit of friendly banter during the break. Butler find themselves up 35 to 28, 7-point advantage, but Villanova has gotten hot here. Last 3 makes have been 3-pointers. Justin Bell with 2 of them. Marius Littman buried one that sent the Bulldogs into a timeout.
Now they've got to find a way, Villanova, bring that defensive transition over. Bring the defensive transition in from what you've been doing offensively. Because offensively you look really good. You've got to make it now a defensive item as well. So if they can bring the defensive energy that they've brought on the offensive end, I think they've got a shot here to make this thing a full comeback and answer some of the early doubts that they were creating for themselves in this one.
You know, Marcia, I have a little bit of basketball trivia here for you about attaining to Butler. They haven't always been in the Big East. Do you remember, Marsh, where Butler was originally in the conference they were originally in before the Big East?
Horizon.
Yeah! Look at that!
Made the national championship 2 times as the Horizon League representative.
And how far the Horizon League has diminished since then. But that's a story for another day. There's a 3 from Lippman, and that one is no good. As we rapidly approach the 3-minute mark, and how about the play of Travion James, the team captain from Middlesboro, Kentucky, playing like the captain today. He has been all over the place, both offensively and defensively for Butler.
That, to me, if you're looking at this game, you're Villanova, you get to half and say, okay, you've scored less than 30. You don't like that. The fact that you've allowed Butler, a team that's not one of the most elite clubs in college basketball, to be scoring 37 right now. They're on pace for, probably be on pace for 80 in this game. This is not a team that scores 80 points regularly. And they really allowed Butler to look comfortable offensively, to get into the paint routinely. And then credit to Butler, they've made tough shots so far tonight.
Butler turn it over again. Here's Bell. Bell gonna do it himself, working and threw it away. Bell threw it to Chapman Daly. Here's Tim.
I will say this is an offense for Butler that has looked differently. I mean, the last 3 games, 86, 81, 79 points. This is a group that's suddenly starting to look consistent on the offensive end. A team that up until that point had not scored. I'm looking through their schedule right now. 80 points was the last time they eclipsed it was back in January. So their offense has been a lot more consistent these last 3 games. And I think that's a scary proposition, Sam. If Butler's offense becomes dangerous and becomes consistent, pair that with the defense that they've had, this is a team that could be a major player come hoop series.
You know, what's also really concerning, too, is how much Villanova is turning the ball over in this game.
Yeah, Villanova's, I think, been, they themselves have been their biggest enemy right now. They're turning the ball over, they're missing open shots, they're not breaking down this defense. All of those are massive concerns.
Free throws coming here for Travion Sims. He is really leading this Butler team right now. He is playing out of his mind here on the road. This Villanova fan base just haven't had much to, cheer about this afternoon. Travion Sims is in double-digit figures. I mean, he has just been a spark plug for this Butler team.
And he's been a spark plug for much of the season. I mean, Travion Sims averaging 13 points per game just about. I mean, it's not on exceptional consistency. It's more on just high volume, but that's kind of the make or break nature of most college basketball teams. The number 2 guy, if he's on, then you got a shot. If he's off, then you're going to be in trouble. And tonight, Travion Timms is not.
41-30 here, approaching 60 seconds to play here in our first half. We had Timms again. Oh my goodness. Travion Timms doing a little two-step with the finish there. And he is having himself one hell of a first half. Villanova going into half, Marsh, are going to figure out how in the world to stop Travion Timms.
I mean, you hope he just comes back down to earth and becomes the Travion Timms that he's been all season.
Littman buries the three. Next, and Butler respond. Timms. Well, he will just do the cha-cha slide over the half-court line and turn it over. But Villanova has a chance now to cut this to a single-digit lead before the half.
If you can walk out of here down by 8, I think that's a win for Villanova considering what this first half has been.
Absolutely, Bell spinning, going up with the layup. There was a whistle, and I think Bell's going to get some free throws here. Yes, he is. There's lots of contact on the way up, and Bell has been struggling from the free throw line this season.
Yeah, it's the one part of his game that interestingly has not transferred. 68% from the free throw line. It's something you'd expect him to improve upon. I mean, his talent level, all of his motion, his stats. You don't become a 39% three-point shooter and not shoot well from the free throw line. But if that's where he's going to end up being, if he's a 75% free throw shooter, give him a couple percentage points, it definitely lowers his ceiling a little bit just because you want your stars to be consistent at the free throw strike.
As we approach these final seconds here in this first half, Marsh, if you're Butler, how do you stay on the gas pedal here as we have the final 10 seconds?
Play defense. You carry that defense over. That's going to be the big thing here for Butler and for Villanova.
Here's a three. No, short. We go into the half. Butler, the 43-35 advantage. Marsh, again, you said defense, but for Villanova, you got to get Justin Bell going in the second half.
You do, and I think in order to do that, you've got to find a way to crack this zone. This zone has given them all sorts of problems tonight. You've got to find a way, crack the zone, figure out a way to be a little bit more consistent on the offensive end if you're Villanova. If you're Butler, you find a way to keep this offense going because this offense has been playing at a fantastic level the last 3 games. That includes tonight. It's looked really good. Travion Timms has looked really good. Keep the offense consistent. Find a way to maintain that confidence that this group clearly has.
Well, into the half we go, Marsh. 43-35. The score, the Bulldogs out in front here on CBS.
SimWorld, 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 SimWorld.
It's a place where average Joe can work on his craft and grow. Say you the new magic, yo. Well, why you ain't passing though? Better get you a basket, bro. Cause this ain't no Madden, no. This is real ball life from prep to pro. Gamar Park, this ain't no fashion show. It's the opportunity for you to be the one to shoot the 3 in the clip. Game on the line. They like, who is he? Must be the 2-3 or 2-4. The 1 twice. Coach saying do more. Scouts like that boy nice. Drive up the price. Push up the stock. Build up your name. Stir up the pot. Piss off the ox. As a player or a coach, here it is, dog. SimWorld. This is your shot.
Yo, yells.
SimWorld.
You know your boy gotta get some of this, right?
SimWorld.
Rick Blaze.
SimWorld.
Ladies love. Let's go.
I be on some ballers. Trying to get my hands on a scholarship. Pretty young thing already knew my name. Said she wanna try out on the scholarship. Hold up, let me PG it. Porn go past, but you know I'm gon' do it. Podcast fast, big Bob on the snacks, and you know I'm in my bag when March can't beat it. Baby, I be trippin' with my foes tipping. Shot out to the ballers. No bull like I'm Pippin. Rick Blaze hit him with the freestyle. SimWorld Hoops, man, them boys wild.
SimWorld, 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 SimWorld.
And then, when their lead expanded, they turned into a highlight machine, except for the problem was there was no film in the camera.
Welcome back here to the William B. Ferdinand Pavilion. Butler, the 8-point advantage, 43-35. Send it down to our sideline reporter, Roniel Wilson, for more on his interview with Kyle Neptune.
Yeah, guys, talked to Kyle Neptune just a moment ago, and he was telling me that he is not pleased with his team's physicality. He wants to see them get on the glass this second half. He wants to see them turn it up defensively, and he wants to see them slow this game down because he is not happy with the pace that Butler's been able to push them and force them into in the first half. Back to you.
Thank you so much, Roniel, and couldn't agree more with Kyle Neptune on Villanova's struggles, but they're coming out of the gate here firing here in the second half.
They'll need to be. I mean, this is a team that's offense just hasn't looked good. It's been inconsistent. It's been unreliable. But the thing is, Sam, they surged late. They surged late in that first half, and that surge has put them in a spot now, down 3, where they can make serious impact on this one. And Butler's offense, if it starts fading a little bit, this game is flipping. You can feel the energy in this one flip right now.
Sorry, Marsh, I didn't mean to catch you mid-sip of water. I saw you quickly scramble to gulp your water down and put your headset back on. Yeah, I couldn't. I mean, that is exactly right. Villanova, they are changing the pace of play. They are going at the play that they want right now as Jones Jr. gets called for the blocking foul. Villanova just like that on a 7-0 run back in this contest.
I mean, 7-0 run, but they had probably, I think they closed, they were down, it was, 43-30 or something like that. I mean, this goes back to the second, or to the closing minutes of the first half. And that's part of why, I mean, that's a wide open look there for Justin Bell. The Butler defense, the zone defense that was looking really good, that was rotating efficiently, that was crisp in the first half, early in the first half, it is not as crisp right now.
Absolutely. Villanova has squandered all the way back in this one. The pavilion is loud, but oh my! What a rejection that was! Out of nowhere, flying to the block was Aaron Lovejoy. Lovejoy now going to work. The jumper is in and out, and the Bulldogs rebound it. Lovejoy just sent the building into a frenzy. On the other end, the layup no good. Lovejoy affects that shot. Big moment here in this game. Villanova 7-0 run to start the second half. There's a crossover. Bolt goes inside to Lovejoy. Lovejoy, one-on-one. Shot clock at 15. Lovejoy fakes the jumper. Oh, he set his man down. Lovejoy! Villanova leads!
I mean, that's a great possession that finished what was not a good possession from Aaron Lovejoy. Missed a couple wide open teammates that would have had open 3 and an open layup, and then drops his man and gets in for the easy 2. I mean, That's the duality of Aaron Lovejoy right there.
Villanova, their lead slowly goes away, but it's the first time that they've led this game. You've got to go all the way back to around the 17-minute mark in the first half.
This has been a long drought from this group, and they're finally starting to come together. Their offense is looking good. Their defense has been really crisp to start this second half as well.
Lovejoy back-to-back baskets. Villanova leads again. Here's a shot. No good. Tim's 21 points. He's missed his first shot in the first half. Lovejoy going to work. The right hand around the rim. Do it good.
It's a good take there. I mean, that was good. Everything about that was really good from Aaron Lovejoy except the finish.
In transition, Christian Keys runs the floor, gets the deuce. That's the dangerous poise of Butler. They know how to run in transition. Bolts. Up, no good, but he's fouled. Looks like that foul will go against Christian Keys. According to me, that's 25, Noah Jackson.
And that's that kind of, misplaced confidence at times that really benefits Noah Jackson. He says, look, I'm going in. I'm going to get to the free throw line. Just 4 free throw attempts from the team in the first half. I want to get the foul mark up a little bit, get us into the bonus, and get us in a position to try to get some easy buckets.
First free throw for Jackson is good. We're all tied up again. Jackson to give Nova the lead. Got it. Villanova regains the lead. We're going back and forth here in the second half. Villanova has stormed all the way back. That layup is good. What a drive by Gary and Casanova.
That's a grown man's take right there, Sam. That was a great job getting into the paint. You know, if you're Butler, your offense has kind of fizzled a little bit. You're trying to get some confidence, get some momentum back. Getting into the paint does that.
Here's a three. Got it! Lipman. What a shot. This place is going nuts.
Great find in the corner to get that guy wide open. I mean, Lipman was open for, seemed like 2-3 seconds before the ball ended up in his hands, but a great job getting to the open space, finding the weak spot in the zone.
Here's Lipman driving right hand, kisses it off the glass, and Villanova, the number 1 seed in SimWorld U, has Butler on their heels. They'll talk things over here on CBS.
Hey, who's this? Oh, that's Kyle. He aced his 5th grade geography class. Huh. You see, now that we're using FedEx to ship globally, I have to learn all the countries again, so I brought in Kyle as a consultant. Did you know that we have customers in Czechoslovakia?
Actually, it's called the Czech Republic.
Yes, Kyle. You are a lifesaver. Now, without Kyle, I never would have heard of that new country called Buttheadistan.
We understand you want to grow internationally. FedEx serves over 220 countries and territories.
My experience with SimWorld Sports has been absolutely amazing. It's one of the most realistic, hands-free esports universes that I have ever seen. I love the fact that you can see a coach, you can see a player go right from the preps all the way to the pros here at SimWorld Sports. And I must say that it might be one of the most immersive things that I have ever been a part of. 24/7 media coverage. You get a chance to see live games. You get a chance to see live runs. It is clearly just an amazing thing to be a part of. And so if you are a sports fan, if you are a former athlete, if you are a role play gamer, if you like to get into communities that you love, then SimWorld Sports is for you. See the game, be the game.
That's right, Marsh. see the game be the game, and right now we are seeing this masterful game partake in front of us right now. Villanova has the lead, and it's SimWorld Sports Marsh. It's so much better when you have friends playing along too. So don't play yourself. Invite others to be a part of the show. There's a 5,000 EM signing bonus for head coaches, head coach referrals, or super fans of SimWorld. Like what you see here in the Discord, discord.gg/SimWorld Hoops, or go to SimWorldSports.com to learn more about SimWorld.
More get on in here, learn more. We'll learn more about Nova. I mean, Villanova has the job that Kyle Neptune has done in this game alone, just to kind of calm the ship when things look to be getting rocky. Incredible work from the Villanova head coach.
Absolutely, couldn't agree with you more, Marsh. Villanova has not only gotten back into this game, they've got momentum on their side, and they got the fans especially back in this game. This is now, we'll see where this Butler Bulldog team, can they respond? No, layup no good.
Great defense inside, great rebounding, great job tagging 3 Villanova guys attacking the glass there, and a great take inside. Great job getting into the paint. Easy bucket.
Good job right there by Jamarius Lippman. And one thing I want to point out here, Marsh, Villanova on defense is that layup no good. On defense, Lovejoy stands at 7 feet. When he comes out of the game, guess what? Now you got to deal with Mulligan Williams is the starter. They have 2 7-foot centers, is what I'm trying to say.
You got them.
They are tall.
Well, their size is helping out. Their offense, they're starting to play with the pace. Their defense has been fantastic. Butler, this is always the concern for Butler. Do they have enough offense? And tonight, in the first half, they did, but they did because it was Travion Timms having an out-of-body experience. Villanova's defense has settled down. They forced somebody else to beat them. They've looked better, and they're rolling here offensively as well in the second half.
Villanova, they're up 8 here, approaching the 13-minute mark. Butler has only scored a handful of points to start this second half.
Yeah, because what worked for them in the first half, which was they were making a lot of tough buckets, and that's one of the things. You always watch this, right? If a team's winning by maybe a surprising amount, which Butler was, start to look at what's abnormal about this, right? And for Butler, it was the fact that they were making difficult shots. And I'm not saying that they can't make difficult shots, but they were making some of the hardest shots I think that you could possibly be faced with. That's why Butler was leading by the way they were, and Villanova was missing wide open ones. Once those 3 started to get rolling, which they did in the final 2 minutes of that first half, that's when Villanova got the confidence and started putting things back together.
Second free throw from Kiefer is good. It's a 6-point game. Butler with a couple of defensive stands here, but Villanova is rocking like a China. There's a turnover. Oh, the other way, the floater is no good.
And that's, you've got to finish that one. Yeah, you've got to finish that possession with a better look than that, because they did not look good there.
Things getting sloppy here in these last couple of possessions for both these teams. (57, 51, 12:40 to play here in this second half. Kiefer turns, spins off the rim, no good. Transition 3, yes sir!
But so much for that offense looking good. I mean, Butler's offense, and that's what, when you have a good defensive group that forces misses, that allows your offense to get in transition, forces a team on the opposite side to be out of position. It's exactly what happened there in that last last possession from Butler.
Villanova playing Villanova basketball here this second half. There's a reason why they're the #1 team in SimWorld U, and we're seeing it on display here. First. Second free throw coming up here for O'Kelly Seaton. Second free throw is good from O'Kelly Seaton.
Butler's got to find a way to get back to the free throw line more consistently. Got to find a way to kind of slow this game down, get some possessions that don't take the clock off. The turnover, a little bit of a good chance there to kick it to the corner. Missed opportunity there for Villanova.
Butler getting a couple of turnovers that they need. They got to convert it, though, into some points. Where do they turn to here for some points? The reverse layup is good. Micah J. Kiefer, the Canada kid, buries it. 5-point game.
And that was good defense to start that possession, but just a breakdown in the isolation defense there at the end. Kick it out. Missed opportunity. Wide open in the corner still.
Butler just sitting back in his zone. Just not giving up a whole lot of opportunities. Shot clock is down. The ball is off the rim. No good. The Butler Bulldogs eyeing up a stake right now. They are slowly getting themselves back in this game. It's been 3 seconds. There's a crossover. Oh my! One O'Kelly Seaton put it on a spin cycle. And Butler has cut this game down to a 3-point game. 10:52 to play.
Won't go. Rebound Bosch. Back out to Allen. His three-pointer. Bang! Now that's a steal by Murr. Underneath the DJ. What's this going to be? Oh! Lead pass. Whoa! Stop it! Stop it! Do not do him like that! Ran to the three-pointer out front. Hit him! Yes, he did! Iguodala up for the layup. Oh, blocked by James. Try not to use it. Curry way downtown. Bang! Bang! Oh! LeBron James with no regard for human life. Come down, Kobe. Oh! Up high, down hard. Is this the Thunder? Game! Series! Toronto has won!
I get so lonely that I think I might die. Then I think about what we shared and I realize that I need you in my life. 'Cause you promised me that you never leave. Can we get things back how they used to be? 'Cause baby, I
Welcome back here at the William B. Finneran Pavilion. Butler has scratched and clawed their way back into this contest. One possession game here with 10:52 to play. Marsh, what does each team need to do to close out this game?
Butler's got to get back to what they did in the first half, which was find good offensive looks, play tight defense, and then push in transition. Villanova's, they've dictated this game in a way that Butler did in the first half. That's been the difference so far, and they've got to find a way to continue that.
Who wants to be in the championship game, or does Butler want to find themselves in the Big East championship game, or will Villanova continue to coast and play Georgetown? Find out here with our final 10.5 minutes to play. Butler with a chance to tie with a 3. Shot clock down to 10. Auden Gertis goes to the far wing. The drive, the layup is good. Sean Chapman Daly. It's a 1-point game.
Those are the type of buckets they were making in the first half. So finding a way to get that back, that's going to be big.
This arena is alive. Bolt kicks it out. To screen. Jackson back to Bolt. Go inside. Lovejoy turn around. Doesn't go, but the officials call a shot clock violation. Great defense by Butler.
That's a bad possession because Villanova doesn't have Justin Bell out there, and they just got him back in. They need him to be out there to be able to dictate this offense. That's what we're seeing in this basketball game right now.
Travion Timms has been held silent. That layup no good. Juan Jolly Jr. trying to get Butler the lead. Here's Bell, the talented freshman. Does he have a magic moment in here to extend Villanova's lead? Bell kicks it out. Lippman, 3! No good. It went in and out. Butler trying to go back inside. And find Timms. Oh, what a pass inside. Oh, but he missed. The offensive rebound. That's also missed as well.
That's the length and size of this Villanova team. Great support there from Williams to get back, help that disrupt it. I think he got a finger on that first one for the block.
Bell drives, throws it up, no good. Oh man, back and forth misses. What we have here, our side corner. Butler trying to find the go-ahead basket. They go to Keys. Keys under duress. He's got 10 on the shot clock. Keys kicks it out. So Auden Gertis, he'll take a 3. That's a bit long, no good. Lovejoy the rebound.
If you're going to take a 3 there, take the first one when you get it in rhythm off the dish, not the step back 3 over 2 defenders.
Here's Lovejoy. Lovejoy with authority to the basket. He muscled his way in there for 2. Bulldogs call a timeout as Nova found a good, important basket in this game. Ladies and gentlemen, it is time to shout out for the chat. Put your shout out in the chat. We'll shout you out. Do it. You want your name out there. Make sure to shout you out. Live on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, TikTok, YouTube.
We got Biff Markham out there. He's got all sorts of opinions. Shout out Tony D for tuning in. This is we got Coach Simpson in the building. Magic Johnson. I can't imagine that's the Magic Johnson we know him as, but there nonetheless. So it's just on our YouTube feed, of course. folks in other spots as well. But back to this one, Jamarius Lippman. I mean, he's been a huge performer in this one. Coach Simpson, appreciate you making that shout out. You can talk to your loved ones on the side too, if you'd like. But I love the public displays of love. No one can hate you for that. So appreciate everyone for tuning in. And there's that man.
Justin Bell ringing the bell and ringing the three. On the other end with the monster slam, Jaquan Jolly Joy bringing Jolly to the basketball court with that slam.
This Villanova team just looks so much better when this man right here is going at it and is aggressive. He's had a fantastic game tonight and mishandling there.
In transition, it's a slam. Saya Arden Curtis says sayonara to that Villanova lead. It's down to one possession.
Butler's bent. They haven't quite broken. They gave up, the dam broke a little bit to let the water through, but this team has hung around. Give them credit. Big lead early on. That's faded, but they have since played with a little bit of desire here.
That's a tough jumper. Oh, but he buries it. My word, how in the world did that one go in? 67-63, Timms, what a move and what a finish. It's his first bucket of the half. He's got 23.
And that's been the difference. Butler's offense in the first half was great because Timms was aggressive, he was making shots. He has not been that same version of himself here in the second.
Here's Bell with Timms on him. Bell the jumper. Oh yeah! My goodness, Bell over Timms. These two are putting on a show. Here's Timms. Oh, and he gets called for the charge. We're going the other way. I disagree with that call. Looks like the screen was coming, and I think he felt the contact of the screen and started to fall before Timms made the contact. Oh boy, a big call. They lob it up inside, and it still goes through.
Yeah, the offensive possessions right now for Villanova have looked so crisp.
Back to a 6-point lead for Nova. That layup no good. Tough one there. And Nova trying to extend their lead one more time. What a crossover. Jackson can't finish.
Great attack though. I mean, that's what Jackson can do really well. If he can be more consistent finishing inside, I think the ceiling for Noah Jackson is quite high.
Jeez, with a great finish in transition, back to a 4-point game. This is Big East basketball here on CBS. 71-67, under 5 minutes to play. Bell drives. Bell is double teamed, kicks it out. Jackson, three, rimmed in and out. Butler in transition. Auden Curtis, no, pitch strong there. Lovejoy. Double team coming. Finally, Jackson gets back up and crosses the half-court line. Here's Bell on the drive. Bell throws it up. Can't finish, but he's fouled, and he'll go to the line to shoot two. Humberto Dyson will get called for the foul.
See the game, be the game.
Nothing but a party, is you with me? Yeah.
I don't know what y'all came to do, but I'm at the bar getting tipsy.
I don't know what y'all came to do, but I'm at the bar. It's all good. It's all good, cause I came to party. I get wide open, starting out with Bacardi. When the liquor grips me, the only thing I wanna know is where them hips be. If you all out of mode, then pop the Chrissy. A girl dancing with me like she's a gypsy. If I hear she gon' tell her friend she miss me. I brought my whole crew. When's the last time you saw a drink turn blue? When I'm at the bar, I gotta have Bombay. The next best thing is Tanqueray. If you kick it with me, I'ma kick it with you. And ain't no telling what I might do. I got so much gin up in me, anything other than Hennessy offends me. And tell me where your other friends be, cause I'm at the club and I'm feeling tipsy, tipsy. I don't know what y'all came to do, but I'm at the bar getting tipsy.
You know when ether come through, it's gonna be nothing but a party. Is you with me?
Welcome back here on CBS. Justin Bell going to the line to shoot 2. Bell, first free throw, all nylon. Actual 5-point game.
I mean, Justin Bell has been, again, he's just been such a difference maker for this group. His ability to get the offense into situations that they want to be in. The offense has looked so much more consistent when Justin Bell has been on the floor. And it's not just when he's scoring, but everybody else. The floor shifts dramatically with Justin Bell out there.
Absolutely is. We have a whistle. And Tim's is going to go to the line. Shoot a couple of free throws.
Butler, meanwhile, it's tough. This is a group that's traditionally relied on Sean Chapman Daly for their consistent offense. Travion Timms can do it. It's just not a highly efficient combination for him. Does he find a way here in the final 4 minutes, which is going to matter? Can he find a way to bring out that first half version of himself? Because he rose to the occasion there in the first 20.
We'll find out here. Got it. 4-point game. Jackson steps away in the painted area, kicks it out to Lippman. Bounce passes. Lovejoy lost the ball. Butler has it. In transition, it's Timms, the jumper, no!
That's not a good look, Sam. You've got to slow that down. I know you want to try to score in transition, but you've got to slow that down and give yourself a much better offensive look than they just did.
Man, coming into crunch time here, Jackson drives, and Keys will get called for the blocking foul. That's an interesting call, I must admit. Wouldn't lie to you. 4-point game. Shot clock under 10. It's Bell. Gets a screen from Lovejoy. Bell, pull-up jumper. Got it!
Sam, the shot making in this second half from Justin Bell has been second to none. I mean, it has been absolutely incredible what he has done making tough buckets here for the Wildcats.
The freshman, when they needed it most, but coming back down the floor is Timms.
Look, if you were to tell me that we were starting this game off with 2 top 12 teams, a lot on the line, and there's going to be a show in terms of who's going to go toe-to-toe, I certainly would not have chosen Travion Timms, and a great steal there on the other end.
Yeah, Bell lost the ball. There's Jolly Jr. inside the key. Goes to Chapman Daly. He'll shoot a 3. Oh, yes! Chapman Daly! 1-point game! Villanova. Butler faithful on their feet. Here's the 3. Jackson, good!
Fantastic feed. Justin Bell has been red hot. Sees the double comes. Great relocation from Noah Jackson. And a great job by Justin Bell not to force that one out. Huge bucket.
Inside. No. Rebound. Slam for 2. Nugget Williams.
And that is the size. That is the size of this front court. Villanova making a difference there. Huge bucket. That could be the one that puts this thing away.
6-point game. Minutes of play. Butler needs a basket. There's the layup. It falls up the rim. No good. 60 seconds. inside, layup, good, and Lovejoy, the nail in the coffin. Timeout, Butler.
What Butler has done this game has been impressive. But what Justin Bell has done has been more so. And a great job by this Villanova offense here late in the second half. They got good looks. They stayed patient. They didn't rush things. They got themselves in situations where they could make it. And then on the opposite side, they just said, Butler, you make tough shots. We're going to force you to continue to make tough shots. Butler did not do that.
It has been a masterful performance here from Villanova. They found themselves down by a lot at halftime, but then they've managed to secure the lead and pretty much secure the game.
Secure the conference. We've got a Big East Conference Championship game set. Villanova, Georgetown. Georgetown wins. They've got the head-to-head over over Butler, so that is going to clinch Nova and Georgetown playing for the Big East Championship game. That is huge.
That should be a must-watch thriller. Georgetown and Villanova. That's going to be must-watch basketball. Butler, near the basket. That one no good. The rebound by Keys is put back in. 6-point game. Butler now going to play up.
Still a shot, but you've got to get a stop, and then okay, they're going to foul a little earlier than I would have, but I could see it. You're down 2 possessions. But I thought they might have tried to play that one out, but with 30-second shot clock, you take that down to 14 seconds on a miss, and that's tough to do it. So they're trying to elongate the game here, but you might have played that one. They don't take it, try to just shut them down and then go get 3 points on the other end. Now you're hoping for misses.
Absolutely is. The first free throw is good. Second free throw from Jackson. Good.
And look, how about a hat tip to Noah Jackson? I mean, we want to talk about Justin Bell being a guy that's made some big plays, and he most certainly has. But Noah Jackson, that big corner three when things were starting to rattle a little bit, those free throws there, Noah Jackson has had a really, really good game.
That one, no good. And this one is pretty much all zero. Jackson, a corner three, adding it on for Villanova.
I mean, that's not going to please too many folks in Butler. You don't even need to take a shot, and Noah Jackson decides to pull up the three.
That one pretty much just put it out of reach. No good. Tip in is good. As the final seconds drain off the clock. Your final thoughts on this one, Marsh?
Great perseverance here from Villanova. Just incredible performance from Justin Bell.
Well, folks, that will do it for us here on CBS. For Marsh, my name is Samuel Goldberg. Villanova and Georgetown will play in the Big East Championship game. But our time on CBS is not done for the night. Stay here as we got a fun one for the nightcap. Ladies and gentlemen, SimWorld Sports is the only place where you can see the game, be the game. Have a good night.
This has been a presentation of SimWorld Sports.
Yeah, I want to send this out to all of the H-Time. Showing love. Kool-Aid, overdose, chopaholics. Appreciate y'all, man. I want to thank the H-Time riders and Bunsy Whittle, PDL, all of the H-Time, man. Player partners, R.A. and myself, Ron Yale. Let's get it. Said I'm doing this here for all of my dogs. DJ Kool-Aid, overdose, the chopaholics, all of my partners and all the ballers hustling in the streets. And regardless of all the people that cross us and all the haters out there that try to rob us, they can't see that they will never stop us, cause we got love from the whole city. Southside, Northside, why don't you stand up? I wanna thank y'all for showing me love. So put your flames up, keep drinking your cup. H-Town is the city where it all goes down. Eastside, Westside, why don't you stand up? I wanna thank y'all for blowing me up. So put your flames up, keep drinking your cup. H-Town is the city where it all goes down. It all go down right here, not a whole world like here. And you can see it so clear, we got it on lock this year. I almost shed a tear when I saw Pow Wow and Mike Jones, Slim Thug, Chameleon, and all of my niggas from home. Getting it, doing it big, not using the spot. And everything we drop hot, whether you like it or not. So you can ball or block us or knock us, but you can never stop us. It's the city of mono, blocked up, drunk, knock droppers and boppers and officers banging screw. Probably B's and Q's with a great cassette in the deck, yep. These is dudes that been paid. Now we're swinging in Escalades with our trunk raised. Banging maize, stacking chips like Lay's. Days looking brighter, still got me 25 lighters. Candy lag with a crack, black magic on my tires. I'm still blowing that fire cause it feels so good. I ain't wanna name one, I wanted to rip for all of the hood. So Southside, Northside, why don't you stand up? I wanna thank y'all for showing me love. So put your flames up, keep drinking your cup. H-Town is the city where it all goes down. Eastside, Westside, why don't you stand up? I wanna thank y'all for blowing me up. So put your flames up, keep drinking your cup. H-Town is the city where it all goes down. Yeah. Album in stores. The life of a porn star. Yep, yep. And I go by the name of Ron Yale. Hold me down H-Time. I love y'all. Southside, Northside, why don't you stand up? Stand up. Porn star.
This is Big Ten Hoops on CBS. We are finishing out this Tuesday night at State Farm Center in Champaign with the Golden Gophers of Minnesota coming to town to face the Fighting Illini of Illinois. The Gophers have a record of 6-5 in conference play, while the Illini hold an 8-3 conference performance thus far. I'm JJB, and I'm alongside my broadcast partner for tonight, Maestro. Maestro, how are you, and what are some things we should be on the lookout for before we get to this opening tip-off?
You're going to have to look out for John Wilkes Booth jumping through the thing, put a to the back of Abraham Lincoln's head. Don't get on the Titanic, and Jackie Robinson played his first game today. That's what we got to look for, maybe.
The Maestro tidbits, love to hear them. And so, as far as Big Ten conference play, conference race has been a close one. Tonight's objective for both squads is fairly simple: win to remain a contender. Illinois is up top at 8-3, followed by Wisconsin, Michigan, Purdue, and then Minnesota in the danger zone at 6-5 in conference play. 3 games left in Big Ten hoops action.
Yeah, and boss, it's so funny that you brought up the whole point about having to win to stay in contention. No one's really looking at these two teams to be force de jour, so to speak, at the end of the table. However, it's Big Ten ball. They're going to play hard. Both teams like to do that half-court trap that makes everybody else crazy. And we got some stars on the floor tonight, so it's going to be some very, very interesting basketball.
Romanowski able to hit the first bucket for Illinois. Looking at Minnesota starters, they have Walker, Moore, Effetti. Christian Bloke, corner 3. It's good it's a long 2 actually for Minnesota. They tie this ball game. And Illinois, their starters: Ferdinand Harris, Corey Harris, Jordan, George, and Romanowski. As we see Ferdinand Harris with the ball, he'll go up for the attempt. He'll miss. Rebound by the Golden Gophers.
Yeah, this is going to be a game, that's going to show us something about where these teams are at this particular point in the season. In an odd way, they've sort of struggle busted a little bit. And, this would be, this would be the my goodness.
There, Taylor Moore. He's known as a quiet storm, but made some noise here.
In the arms of an angel. Oh, I'm sorry.
Response here by the Illini. Jumper made there by D'Angelo Jordan. Speaking of the Illini, they're riding a 15-10 record. They've gone 4-1 their last 5. Their defense forcing nearly 9 turnovers a game, and the momentum is very real in Champaign. Here they forced this Maestro.
No, go right ahead, baby.
The defense was able to force a miss, the Illini, and now they're back on offense. And now Maestro.
So looking at what both of these coaches put together, fighting the Illini under Coach Brad Underwood, he's been a staple for 11 years, right? He knows it more than anybody else. Grew up basically in the middle of the Big Ten, and in his way, right? Kind of know what's going on. Of course, on the other side with Minnesota, Ben Johnson, coach, 4 years under his belt. But he's put together a strong team, especially when he's been able to build around a lottery pick, something that Minnesota has not been able to even come close to where they have been for a long time in Donald Indy.
Illinois here on offense. They average 65.3 points per game. Ball movement leads to 13.8 assists per game. Dumper misses off the front rim. Rebound by Idris Walker. And we want to talk about the last matchup between these two squads. It was on March 24. Illinois was able to defeat Minnesota 69-60 on the road, as a layup is hit by Donald Effetti.
That matchup that he's dealing with, he's going against D'Angelo Jordan, another top player, for the Illini. That's going to be something to watch all night, boss.
Foul committed by Moore. It'll be his first. Pauses the game for a bit. And bringing up Moore on the Golden Gophers. They can be sluggish at times, but the defense shows flashes. We've talked about Donald Effetti already. He's been shining throughout this year, but the bench production has been shown to be limited production-wise. And Ben Johnson's challenge, create cohesion from chaos. But there they give up the bucket. It's 6-6.
You know, both of these teams sort of play in that, muddy court area, right? They're not going to get out. They're not going to, run to the gate, so to speak, So it's not going to be the Preakness here. It's going to be sort of a plodding, kind of come along, take advantage of what you get. Both teams have their own version of, read and react in terms of offensive settings. They rarely run their game through one player. Not that they don't, but they rarely do that. And both teams know when to take advantage of what's given them, and that's why you will see them score, in the 60s. They're not, even to get out to the 70s or 80s means that there's a lot of transition ball that happened that night.
It's a rebound here by the Gophers, but they miss once more. Rebound by Gabor George, and they'll give to D'Angelo Jordan, who comes up with the jam. So Jordan already attempting jump shots, dunks. He's been active so far in this first half.
That's his game. He's always done that. He's always been the type of player. He's always been manager. Think about it. He can't hide. He's 6'11", but he moves. He moves like he's a mid-big. He moves like he's more in that 6'8", 6'9" range. He's just so fluid in his movements that sometimes you forget that he's a 6'11" player.
Foul called will send Taylor Moore to the line. It'll be D'Angelo Jordan's first foul committed. So Coach Underwood wants to make sure Jordan does not get into foul trouble early on.
Right. He's aggressive.
Yeah, definitely aggressive, and you talked about it, matched up against Defetti. So that will be one to watch, one to see the physicality, and one to see how the refs will call these fouls between the two, as Moore misses badly there. We'll see if you guys check in for the Golden Gophers.
Don't you just love these big games getting toward the end of the regular season? Trying not to peek ahead to hoops area, right? But it's on people's minds. Some teams are playing for pride. Some teams are playing just to be spoilers, to make it harder for other teams. You just love the energy in all the arenas this time of year.
You don't call it the Big Ten for nothing. 5 teams in contention, maybe 4 if you start to count out the Golden Gophers. But the Gophers are going to try their hardest, but they give up the floater. Now 12-7, fighting a lineup.
And you said it right on point. The Gophers, they need to be in hoops area mode 2 weeks ago. They just can't, they can't afford to have any sort of letdown. They need to win, and win some more.
Badly Tone able to come up with the score to trim the Illini's lead to 3. Illinois now working with Zay Gore through the ball game. Give it out to Holtzclaw over to Jordan. Now back to the top of the key with Corey Harris. 10 seconds left in the shot clock. Illinois looking to extend its lead. It's DJ time. Clock winds down, shot goes up. No good, rebound by Affetti.
Good defensive possession by Minnesota.
Boy, we'll start off here for the Gophers. They'll drive up and score with the left hand.
There they go. Half court early pressure. Trademark of Ben Johnson.
Floor here, going upwards. And Kylie gets down offensively. Rebounded by Holtzclaw. And now he goes up and scores off the glass.
I was just going to go get it, boo.
You just felt the feeling of anxiousness from this home crowd as well as the players on the court waiting for that ball to drop. Illinois still up here. It's been quite entertaining.
Oh, yeah. I'm just saying, man, the ladies behind me were looking at you like you were about to run out there and go knock it down for them.
Oh, yeah, Taylor Moore. Another slam for him. Postered a guy earlier on in this half and now comes up with another dunk, this time of the smooth variety.
Yeah.
Now the Fighting Illini working here from the left wing with Gore. Then they get to Holtzclaw, digging in, Ty will pass it out over to Harris. 10 seconds left on the shot clock. Double team in a trap. Minnesota all over Holtzclaw, and it's their ball.
good defensive possession, making the trap work. It's really dangerous to trap that low because you have to be aware on the backside of that. You know that both teams are really decent at passing the ball, right, JJ? So what are we going to do here, right? If we're going to be aggressive and trap in the post, we need to make sure that the ball does not get above your opponent's chest, because otherwise bad things can happen to you, and that's exactly what Minnesota did.
Alessandro Steinecker. Oh, man. Commanded right there, taking down poor Zay Gore, looks like, on his dunk. And Minnesota is now up by 1. Zay Gore, oh man, missed, but grabs his own miss. And now Villanova will try once more. Drive up and a score. That's Jamal Harper, comes up with his first points. It's now 16-15 Illini.
Both plays were worth 2 points, but they didn't feel the same, did they?
Here, a jumper. All good there for Minnesota. They retake the lead, so now we see back and forth action in the stage of the ball game as we are now approaching the halfway point of the half.
Bradley Anton is just so smooth. His shot is just so tasteful and smooth, and we saw that in the mid-range falling away, but he was on platform and in control.
If Antone can come up with more finesse in the later possessions. Meanwhile, a call will send Romanowski to the line. Antone called for the foul as first.
You've seen a little bit too much of that, JJ, already. The player makes a great play on the offensive side, come back on the defensive side, get a foul. It just shows you the familiarity and the intensity between these two teams and what's going on and how it plays out in this time of year. You know, you've been banging on everybody all this time. You know, you can see the finish line, no matter how that finish line might look to you. And it's just, you know, sometimes it's about digging in, right? And sometimes when you dig in, you get a little too physical because you're trying to press that moment a little bit harder. And you just can't do that. You're going to give up early fouls, get yourself in trouble.
Romanowski tying this game up with the free throw. 6'11" center for his second attempt. No good. Rebound by Minnesota's Bradley Antone. And Antone with one pass leads to a layup. Gophers up 2.
There's that passing we were talking about. Both teams are very good at reading and reacting, right? They let you do what you're going to do. Both coaches are really good at off-ball movement, keeping you going. You got to keep your head on the swivel, but you got to make sure those counts. We've seen too many buckets, man, in that little 2 and 3 foot circle. Both teams have now missed a total of 10 shots back close in, and that is just not a way to put yourself in any sort of offensive advantage.
Steinecker there with a high and mighty layup. It's now 21-17 Minnesota. This crowd here in Champaign starting to get restless as their team is quite cold, and they get stripped away, turnover committed. The Gophers in transition. A.B. Moy gives it out over to Antone. Now on the left wing, working with the screen towards the paint. Steinecker works the layup.
What a cut. What a cut. Saw that move, was able to move through traffic. That first step with violence put him in the open spot, and he made it pay off.
How about this Minnesota bench? Their team is up 6 as timeout has been called. We'll be back in just a moment here on CBS.
Okay, any views expressed are the opinion of the guest. That's not a representation because the programming reflects that pole. Politicking with 4 eyes, it's really no competition. Suffocating with the dope, you know I be twisting. Real ninjas out in the field, now we cotton picking. Not to mention our intention to cover topics and many of the subjects. I got more lines than the deli at the Publix. With King Pharaoh, pole politicking, I'm pistol whipping. Rappers jeopardizing hip-hop position. My opposition, intuition, prediction like writers on The Simpsons. To witness the glimpses from higher up dimensions. My bitches be fighting gremlins like Phoebe Cates. Let me cook, stovetop oven, easy bakes. Hydroponic with with them seaweed flakes. Yeah, these rappers started from the bottom, power bottom. TD Jakes, unfollowed. Talking about have you ever been swallowed? Regardless of race, color, or creed, you get Apollo'd. We pole, politicking, ticking. We straight pole, politicking, ticking. When it's a great show, you got to listen. Listen to that pole, politicking, ticking. This for the pole, politicking, ticking. We straight pole, politicking, ticking. When it's a great show, you got to listen. Listen to that pole, politicking, ticking.
All right, back here in Champaign, I'm going to point out in the box score, Minnesota's Alessandro Steinecker. He is not their starter, but he's put up 8 points so far in this contest. And I see a foul there. Steinecker, the senior from Davenport, Iowa, putting in his contributions, and he's put up a 4-for-4 performance so far on the from the field.
Love it. Need to do what you got to do to make sure your team stays in it. We already talked about it, and you brought it up earlier. These teams do not get you in the highest scoring percentage. That means every shot counts. Why? They don't take that many of them. So all those little shots in that 2 and 3 foot range, both teams have missed over 10 now. They're going to come back and haunt them unless they find a way to turn that around.
Ari Holtzclaw at the line hits the first free throw. He's been a freshman making waves for the Illini. He's given his squad 7.1 points and 5.5 rebounds per game. And the Granite City native is a gym rat with an 82% free throw stroke. And this enforcer is only getting started. Holtzclaw, though, misses the second free throw, and Minnesota currently up 5. Go to Moy, surveys, and with a underhand pass, another pass. This is Steinecker. 10 seconds on the shot clock for the Gophers. A.B. Moy, what do we do here? And he'll come up with a jump shot. No good. Maybe we needed to see a couple more passes there before the shot attempt from the Gophers.
Yeah, bad spacing on that position. Oh, what a pass and what a finish.
Good finish there. George scores for the Illini to turn the lead to 3. And we'll see how the Gophers respond. Came out of the timeout, see if they still are packed with energy before the timeout was called. See any subs getting ready as Moy goes up for the layup, beats Gore there.
I got a question I want you to think on. I don't want you to answer it now. I want you to think on it. Come back to it later. When you hear the phrase gym rat, I really want to know what you think of whenever you hear that about a player. Don't answer now. Don't answer now. You're itching. I see your leg twitching. No.
All right, I'll hold that thought, Maestro, as I see more points come from George. It's now 25-22 here in the first half. Big Ten action here on CBS. This team, the Golden Gophers, trying to heat up even more. We see a dunk from Steinecker. He's gone airborne throughout.
You didn't need to explain, did you?
No need to explain. We saw the dunk and we heard the dunk. We heard that rim. Oh man. Noise made from Minnesota as they look to make more work off a rebound here in transition. Still with their second team as Moy works up against Gore, unable to score, but he's conveniently there, puts up a layup.
What athleticism.
Now we see guys ready to check in after stoppage, whenever that may be. Illinois desperately looking for points from their second team. They're on the right wing, operating now. Towards the hoop. Layup misses.
Yet again.
And you hear all the awes here from the Champaign crowd. They want that one to go in. Well, another offensive rebound. Smooth finish.
AJ, what are we talking about here? You can't miss a two-footer and come back and give up an offensive rebound and give away a 3-footer. Come on, man. Somebody talk to somebody. Yell at somebody, JJ.
It looks like Brad Underwood May soon need to call time here to talk things over, but for now, work another possession down 9. Zagor gives it out to an open man. He is good. Levon Williams lasers that one through to make it 31-25.
They needed that so bad.
And Johnson calls timeout at the 5:57 mark here in the first half. We'll be right back after. We'll be right back after this short break. We're back here for Tuesday Night Hoops on CBS. Minnesota up 6 over Illinois. And if you love SimWorld, be sure to share our live streams with everyone you know. And we just love to see all the interactions here, all the engagements. Like the stream, subscribe to the channel.
Did you say if?
Did I say if? I mean, that's what the graphic says.
Listen here, J Square P. Listen, here's the thing. They here. They love us. We love them. Come on now.
Yes, they do. No, that is truth, Maestro. You do love us, and they have subscribed and liked the streams, but we encourage even more.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair. I take it back. I didn't mean to chastise. I saw.
Okay. Message is simple. Spread the word. We love it when our viewers spread the word, and you're missing out. They've been missing out. Hoops Day is coming up, so a lot to look forward to in SimWorld U. All right, Golden Gophers on offense. Donald Affetti did not hit off the glass.
That was a weight room defensive play right there. Who bench pressed the most times right there, because both players were intent on making their side of the play happen, and the defense won out that time.
That's what all that strength and conditioning is for. He's key. The Fighting Illini in the paint. Harper hits it. He went the reverse direction on his layup. It's now 31-27. You hear the crowd. Low leads are making noise here. Open for another miss from Minnesota. Donald Affetti at the top of the key. Couple dribbles and a pass over to the left wing. 9 seconds on this shot clock. Ward tried to find a way, carve a path, but no good there. Illinois in transition. As we see D'Angelo Jordan back on the floor, as well as Senzo Ferdinand Harris. Their team's still down, though they've been slowly picking their way back. Offensive rebound. And still no made bucket. That was a miss by George.
You don't want to hear it. I know you don't want to hear it. Those buckets, we talked about it.
Missed by Minnesota. Corey Harris with the board. Now he'll get to work here. Tried to go for a board pass, stolen. Was deflected and stolen. Now the Gopher not make the layup from close range.
My goodness.
D'Angelo Jordan guarded tightly by Affetti, and Jordan beats him.
There you go. And you know, he's the guy that knows how to splash, right? But when you think about him, think about his sprints is in the jump shot. He's just been taking it to the rim tonight.
It's the Gophers, long two, good to make it 33 total points. We're approaching the 3-minute mark here in the first half. We've seen our share of dunks by both teams in this ball game. You got to credit the coaches for designing play calls that allow these players to go up for dunks and layups, like there. Corey Harris with more points to his total.
Both teams are kind of getting back to their per season average. Think about, just think about how many points they've left on the floor. Both teams here getting ready to get to double deuces on points missed like that.
The Fighting Illini now going to the far side. Only a 2-point lead now for the Golden Gophers. Ferdinand Harris over to D'Angelo Jordan. And the left hand is a success. This game is tied.
He just decided to put him on his back, man. He just decided to put him on his back and we'll make this happen.
Jordan now with 8 points in the ball game. And we see it, a little foul. High for the jam, Idris blocker. Oh man, his eyes must have lit up once he saw that much over the
floor. He was like, I ain't got to pay no toll. I'm driving straight through.
Yeah, fast-tracked his way in Minnesota back to a 2-point lead. Now in the paint, more paint action. George for the rebound there. He gets blocked. Ooh. Now, loose ball picked up by Minnesota. It was Kushner with the block. Minnesota looking to extend this lead. However, they commit the turnover. D'Angelo Jordan. It's a race. They win. Misses, grabs his own board. Now they'll set up the right wing with the shot clock winding down to 4. D'Angelo Jordan off the screen, steps back, goes for the 3, good!
There he is. There it is. That's one of his strengths paying off right there. We know he has a great jump shot. You know who he looked like. You know who he looked like, right? When you see him do that, come on, who you think about? Who you think about? Wearing a different kind of orange when he was in school.
Oh man, who do you have in mind?
Oh, you know, come on.
I want you to be honest.
Kevin, I got 17 different social media accounts to rant.
Okay. Yes, sir. 51 seconds left here in the first half. I'm trying 3, but it's deflected. Minnesota back with the ball. Down 1. Affetti trying to shake and bake. He has enough space, but still misses, and Jordan, his matchup, comes up with the rebound. Illinois with a 6-second differential between game clock and shot clock. Corey Harris. And now to Romanowski, back to Harris. Oh man, trying to fight past the defender. Maybe he needed to back up a little. 7 seconds here in the half. One pass over in the paint. And a block. Block layup attempt from 3/4 court. No good. And Illinois will finish out the half with a 1-point lead. Oh man, we've been entertained so far in this Big Ten contest.
Yes, we have. Yes, we have. And listen, to JP, here's what I'm gonna say. I'm gonna speak to both teams. They need to work on spacing. Both teams, despite of how they have played, right, all those buckets they've missed inside the 2 and 3 foot mark, they're shooting, by my dirty math, I think somebody's around 500, somebody's a little under 500, right? So that means, guess what? That means you're leaving half of your points that you have right now. Add half to that is what you should have if you'd have made at least half those buckets you missed. So they need to get on their spacing, and they need to find a way to keep that defensive pressure going to give themselves an opportunity to be effective. Because who doesn't score definitely is going to walk out of here with a loss.
We'll be back with more Big Ten Hoops after this short break.
See the game, be the game.
Welcome home.
Mom, Dad, this is Cindy.
Cindy, yes.
So nice to meet both of you.
It's nice to meet you finally. Travis has told us so much about you.
All good things, I hope.
Yes, of course.
Good.
Please,
Thank
welcome.
Oh, Mom, no. Dad, this is Shannon.
Oh, hi.
Shannon.
And this is Aaron.
Hey, cutie.
That is Jessica.
Hi.
Jenny,
Hi.
Sarah,
Hello.
Megan,
Hi.
Nicole, Elizabeth.
Acts used in moderation.
G-Dep. Tell me a little something. Should I record? Yeah. Y'all know how I go down, right? They always want to hold me down. Y'all know. Tell me a little something. Should I record? Yeah. Y'all know how I go down, right?
Do you have the mind of a coach? Are you willing to fight for your players? Can you handle it when things get heated? Can you manage your star player's ego? Can you handle the stress? Can you become a legend? The only place in the world where you can coach live in a virtual world. SimWorld Sports.
All right, this is now half number 2 here at the State Farm Center with Illinois up 36-35. Maestro, we've seen momentum swing Minnesota had to run Illinois, then fought back to take the lead. What do you want to see from these two teams in order for them to take control and win this contest?
I want to see who's going to get control of their spacing. You know, we've seen some really good possessions and some really bad possessions. And here's what all the bad possessions have in common too, JP, is the spacing is bad. The actual shots are taken out of platform with the offense, which means your teammates are surprised that you're taking the shot, so no one can get into rebounding position. And then the other thing is pure bad ball handling, right? Now, if you remove that, the game that got us to this 35-36 part, there's been some amazing cuts, back cuts, great passing, great use of leverage, great play from both wings. And also, by the way, great shots from both sides, which means both teams are balanced when they perform. It's almost like Dr. Jekyll and Mrs. Pickle. It's just you just never know what you're gonna get.
Off the front rim there, the Fighting Illini with the rebound. Corey Harris. Harris working over on the left elbow up against Moore, gives it out to the reliable D'Angelo Jordan. Now out to Romanowski. Romanowski fighting briefly for the man behind him to set up shop. Senzo with the left hand off the glass, no good.
What did I just say? Yeah, I'll be right back.
Okay. Minnesota with a response on the other end. Layup made by Kashan Wilkie. Working in the paint, has been a beast. He's been showing up in the paint throughout the season. So it's something to look out for if they get Wilkie more involved. And D'Angelo Jordan went past Defetti. Right hand good.
Come on, Illini. You know, I never thought I was going to say this too, JP. Here's the deal. Your boy D'Angelo needs to say, stop trying to be giving and caring because he's trying to get his teammates involved. They are not backing him up the way they should back him up. He just needs to go on and just do the thing, be the thing, do the thing.
Correct. D'Angelo Jordan at 15 points in this ball game. Next highest score is Gabor George with just 4 points. Jordan unable to add there to his total, but yeah, it seems like a sound strategy to keep the ball going to their Windy City wonder, D'Angelo Jordan.
You got to feed the hot hand, right? You know, that's what everybody always says. Oh, my goodness.
Jordan had some decent defense there, however. Affetti there with the finish. And Minnesota with a 1-point lead. And here is Jordan. One move, but no good. Affetti comes up with the board, and now he is starts off with a sprint, and now slower and goes up the paint. And now Jordan is able to prevent the bucket.
I got to change my diaper.
All right. Illinois down 1. We'll see a jump shot and poor attempt coming from Senzo Ferdinand Harris. Meanwhile, Corey Harris commits the foul. Will send Taylor Moore to the line.
You know what, 2JP, here, just let me say this, get out of my system so that way the production room can stop yelling at you to tell me to shut up.
Okay.
For all of our budding maestro-ticians out there, here's how you do the statometric on this. For every high percentage shot that you miss, right? You count that as 1 point loss. So that means if you miss 10 shots in the 2-foot range, that's 5 points that you left on the floor, right? Math ain't that hard. So now if you get into 20, you get into 25, missed shots there in the 2-foot range. You see how it's adding up on you? And oh, by the way, the reason that formula came into place because not everybody's going to make every shot. They don't expect everybody to be 100%. But at this level, is it too much to ask for something? I'm just saying in the spotted tank top on the second row looks nice. What are we talking about?
Okay. Aishta, I was listening to your math. I was enjoying your math lecture here.
Okay.
Take me back to my college days, even though we are covering college And I guess you were sidetracked by somebody, but now pay attention here as Illinois comes up with the score with Romanowski. And Davey Moy on the court here. Oh wow, he had an open look there with a defender right behind him.
And you know what? He went up without any fear. We're seeing a lot of these players are going down. They're getting their play into the middle, right, of the floor in good position, but they're not going up on platform, just kind of releasing a ball or flicking the ball to the rim, and you just can't do that. You need to go up strong. Always go up strong to the rim.
I was going to talk about Levon Williams prior to that shot attempt where he missed the open three. Usually a sniper from deep, shooting 52.7% from three range, but he missed that one. Maybe he's just warming up.
Well, if you ask him, he didn't miss it. Just ask any shoot.
That is Holtzclaw with the foul, sending Kushner to the line. And Kushner has been rolling down low, and he earned those free throw attempts. The foul called on Holtzclaw. As we hear rumbles from this crowd, and they're looking for these free throws to miss, so a 3-point lead can remain at 3. Nope. Free throw is made. It's now 44-40.
Love how physical they are, QJP. I love how every shot is contested no matter what, and how when you get that hand-to-hand contestation, you can tell that these teams have been in the weight room and they both are working it through.
Senior able to hit both free throws to make it 45-40. They Gore starting off here as we played roughly 4.5 minutes here in the second half. Big Ten hoops, Illinois up top in the conference, Minnesota at 5. Illinois looking to trim this lead. Here's Levon again. Open three is good this time.
What I told you. He didn't miss the last shot. He didn't miss the last shot.
Levon still locked in and is able to make that three-pointer to make it a 2-point ball game. Down near the free throw line, Romanowski being all physical, and he forces the miss by Brownlee.
I love the fact he can be that strong and he skips leg day.
I guess all you need is the upper body strength. All right, Minnesota looking to extend their 2-point lead. Davey Moy trying to go with the right hand circus type shot, but no good. Holtzclaw in transition. Illini trying to fight. It's been a quiet sequence of events here in these last few minutes for Illinois. Turn the ball over.
First truly bad pass.
Now an and one. Holtzclaw with the second foul. This will send Kushner to the line once more.
And on behalf of my broadcast partner, I would say for the Everett Constitution 8 polka dot, the hoop and the harm.
Are you sure that's not the title of a track? Man, that sounds like a good track title there. Mohamed Kushner here for the one free throw attempt. It is through, and Minnesota now at 48 points. Kushner now at 5 points in this ball game.
Now, by the Constitution and by the Naismith Bible, we must say, he has 3 the old-fashioned way.
All right, let's see how Illinois will score here. Will they score the old-fashioned way, or will they put some pizzazz in their shot attempt? Gore will try to drive up off the glass, will not hit.
The Iron Unkind. I'm going to say all the old stuff from the 60s now.
Oh, okay. Too bad it's not throwback night here in Champaign, but yeah, no. Love how you can be colorful there with your words.
Oh, we can boy. As old as I am, it's always throwback night.
Okay.
Oh boy, listen to this crowd.
Yeah. Trying to will their team to score points. Illinois down 7. Still with their second team out there as Moy comes up with the steal. Work behind the three-point line for now. As they come with a slowish pace. Now in the paint, trying to work off a height mismatch, and off the glass is Wilkie. He scores and puts Minnesota up by 9.
You know what? I'm gonna blame Illinois on that. They should have recognized his hesitation, gave someone a chance to react and get there, and they didn't do it.
Okay. I mean, this has been a fun one so far, but Minnesota just grinding out there and working with their second team. Wanted to mention some players and their point totals. Steinecker at 10 points for the Gophers. And right underneath him is Davey Moy with 8 points. So the leading scorers for the Gophers are both bench players.
Not surprised the way they play. But you know what, too, JP? What kind of time?
Yeah.
Did you have 5 minutes early today just to kind of hang out for a minute with SimWorld? It's a couple of minutes. Did you have just a couple of minutes? I mean, I know you're busy.
No, in fact, I did. Yeah, earlier today.
And that's all we're saying. And you know what?
Yeah.
We pay you to be here. Everybody, come on. Come in here, have some fun, be with the community, do what you gotta do. Burn your couch. I'm sorry, no, don't burn it. Just come and hang out. Do what you gotta do. Holler at your boy. Come on.
No, the vibes are great here with SimWorld Sports. You like good vibes? Check out SimWorld Sports.
There you go. There's my dude.
Illinois looking for some good fortunes out of the timeout, and they score the bucket and the foul shot here as they trim the lead to 7.
Illinois cannot let this game get to a 10-point game. They do not have the type of scoring acumen to pull that out. And maybe I'm being rude, but they haven't shown us that tonight. So they need to keep it right where it is.
Or the freshman with the miss, Taylor Moore ends up with the ball. He spins. Rebounds with big. Oh, no good there. Rebound by Romanowski.
That was a 3-pointer he said right that he missed, right? No, he was in the 2-point long.
Slam dunk there, Jamal Harper.
There you go. Somebody listen to my show. Yelling at the screen.
Nice airtime there by Harper. Now Minnesota looking to work off this 5-point lead. Try with more. No good. Romanowski with another board.
And though we're not surprised about Harper and that dunk, because we know he is a highlight dunker, right? Just hasn't been enough of that tonight. Too many opportunities where he's sort of giving in. But maybe he's starting to put on the show now. He's got some videotape in the camera.
Now out of a screen, Zay Gore. No good on the layup. Gophers in transition here. Antone over to Moy. Approaching the 15-second mark here on the shot clock. They've been working with a slow pace these past few minutes. Taylor Moore.
But this is right in Minnesota's area right here. They're going to take the air out the ball. They're going to pull you in the mud, and then they're going to do that.
Right in the defender's face. 2 points there. Now 54-47 Golden Gophers, and Illinois has called timeout. We will be back in just a moment.
Hey SimWorld, Coach Barry of the Arizona Scorchers. SimWorld has been an amazing opportunity for me as a coach, being able to build and mold my team to my liking and my vision, as well as growing and bonding with the players who come and play here in Arizona. SimWorld also allows me an opportunity to take ownership of something and see a product grow from the downside to the upside. Remember, SimWorld Sports, the only place where you can see the game, be the game.
Essendo pozza di bruciato.
Non sono io l'infiltrato. Mi mancata di rispetto.
Le vostre madri si vergognerebbero di voi. Parla proprio come noi!
Hey, it's Henry Martell, and I just joined SimWorld Hoops. If you like hoops as much as art, then you gotta check them out. It's a Discord server, discord.gg/SimWorld Hoops. It's really the ultimate virtual basketball experience. Like, this isn't your average game. It's like stepping into your own basketball world. And whether you're like a player or a fan, it's time to see the game be the game.
I had an idea in my head. I pictured this going differently. I meant every word that I said. You should have spent more time listening. All the things that I put a hold on, all for you to hit me with a hold on. What makes you so ready right now? After I waited on you for so long. Why you wanna be my love? Is it just for show? Why you wanna be my love? My love, my love, love. Why you wanna be my love? Is it just for show? Why you wanna be my love? My love, my love, love. I had an idea in my head. I pictured this going differently. Even when you sleep in my bed, I know you're not mine officially. And all the things I put a hold on, all for you to hit me with a hold on. What makes you so ready right now? After I waited on you for so long. Why you wanna be my love? Is it just for show? Why you wanna be my love?
All right, back here in Champaign with Minnesota up 7 so far in the half. Minnesota has outscored Illinois 19-11. Maestro, you've been on these guys the whole night. He's on the misses on certain types of shots. But what are your thoughts as we come in to this 11 or so minute mark here in the second half? How can either team put up a convincing performance to the clamps on this ballgame?
Brad Underwood is going to have to lean on that very hard pressing half-court defense that he brings to the table when he shows up, because that's where the offense comes from. Give themselves an opportunity, right? You're also recognizing the fact that if we're going to shoot poorly in the charged circle, then we need to either make up our mind if we're going to try to move out to the mid-range game or just finish at the rim really hard. Illinois cannot afford to let this game get to a 10-point game, because Minnesota can take all the air out of the ball, and a great move in the post up there by Kyrie Football. But the fighting line, I cannot let this get to a 10-point game, because that's going to be way too far out of reach for them. Oh my goodness.
Bump on Romanowski. Romanowski sent flying, but he grabs the rebound and starts off here.
Well, you know what happens when you skip leg day? You won't be able to stand up anymore.
There you go, off the glass, but Boy comes up with the rebound. Just another look here at the box score. It doesn't seem like anyone is in foul trouble at the moment. The most that individual players have got is 2 in the night, and we're already close to the halfway point here in the second half. Romanowski only his first foul on that foul call. So this will send Davey Moy to the line. Moy has 10 points so far, and these will be his first free throw attempts.
And you see him, right, at 6'3", going up without any fear against Romanowski at 6'11". What does that tell you? It tells you, I'm going to make you stop me. And you know what? I'll take that attitude all day. You know what? No, he didn't make it, but guess what? He made a strong showing for it. And that's what we need to see right now. And oh, by the way, once Minnesota, you know what Ben Johnson thinking on the other side, right? As soon as Minnesota gets to that comfortable 8 to 10 point lead, they're going to pull even more air out of the ball. So once they do that, I just don't see the Fighting Illini having the type of game to give themselves an opportunity to get back in it.
Yeah, Davey Boy off the court, he's stoic, keeps to himself and his barbering craft. Not really loud, but quietly effective. And there, those free throws, his contributions to extending the lead. Fighting Illini, back to work, free throw line shot for Williams, it's good. Now Minnesota holds time at the 9:49 mark here in the second half. All right, it's that time.
Let's
You
go.
want to shout at the chat? Maestro, do you want to do the honors on this Tuesday
Let's
night?
go on and get it. You know what? I'm going to get it out the way. Biff Markham, I see you out there calling everybody out. That's how Biff do what he do. Who we got? We got Tony D in the hizzy. Darius Carter, what up? How you feeling? Come on, guys. Give me something to talk about here. Who else we got? We got Jamari Obstaculo. Oh, I'm sorry, Jamari. I messed that up. B-Ron, where you at? Come on. I need my $5. Jordan Scott, we feel you. We feel you in the hizzy. Everybody do what you do. Come on, give us something to shout
out. And
just what